Hey everybody, Jason here from Kickstarted, doing another Funded Friday. Today we are joined by David Wolf from Oliver's Apparel, and they launched a Kickstarter just a few days ago for, I'll read it to you, the last pair of athletic shorts you'll ever need, which are very cool. With a modest goal of $10,000, they already have $58,224 in the bank and 700 backers and over 27 days to go. So sky's the limit for you guys. Thanks for coming, David.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jason.
Cool. And let me ask you just a little bit about Oliver's. Can you just maybe give us the 10,000-foot overview of what it is and where you guys got the idea from?
Sure. The idea is real simple. It came about just thinking in terms of men's athletic apparel. None of the guys on the team really could find anything that was kind of simply designed, well-fitting, and the type of apparel that we could wear both working out and kind of hanging out in. And really, we were kind of the use case. We couldn't find anything ourselves to use, and decided we wanted to try and fill a gap in that market.
Cool. And did you have a background in apparel or menswear at all?
So I've got a background in retail, but not in apparel in terms of making apparel. But my partners currently have an apparel company they've been running for 5 years. So they've been doing tailored menswear here in San Francisco for 5 years. And my background's really finance, technology based. So the four of us got together to work on this. But they do have a tailored menswear background.
Okay. So is this are you guys working all together, or is this your show?
No. We're all working together.
Cool. And how long did you guys have this project in planning for before you ultimately kickstarted it?
Yeah, I think it's been about 6 months in total from when we first started the idea and put together an initial prototype, and it's been about a 6-month process in total.
What kind of planning did you guys do for the campaign itself?
Quite a bit. So we came up with an idea to promote the brand without releasing what the product was going to be. So a few months ago, we decided we were going to kind of run a social media campaign around the company, and kind of implying it was something adventure, outdoor, sport related, but not saying anything about the product, and started releasing images on Instagram and Facebook and trying to build a following that way, and then kind of slowly seeding it with friends and family. So it's been a few months in the works. We knew we were going to run a campaign on Kickstarter months ago, and we started seeding things on social media about a month ago.
And what do you think was the biggest key to your success coming out of the gate? Because you guys have obviously cleared your goal and then some without really any issues. What led to that?
Yeah, I think it was a combination of factors. All of us activating our respective networks. I think we built up some excitement around the social media campaign, and I think we did a good job telling the story. And the product was something I think that just fit with people. I think it connected with people both in the Kickstarter community and otherwise. It was a simple, kind of straightforward product. It wasn't a gimmick. It was really just a high quality, well-made product, and I think that resonated with people.
Yeah. Well, it seems like you guys were really well buttoned up, and I find that project creators who have done that usually set a modest goal with a much bigger goal in mind. I'm curious as to what you think, or what if you had one, what's your ultimate goal? Where do you think that this is going to end? What are you guys prepared for in terms of the raise? Where in your mind could this go?
Yeah, we really haven't. We really didn't set numbers in terms of high-end goals. And haven't spent a lot of time thinking about it, even with the kind of early success. Yeah, to be honest, we didn't come up with a bunch of numbers on the high end. We just kind of wanted to focus. Really, all of our focus was on the product and the story, and really focused on that more than trying to figure out how high we're going to go. And we haven't even thought about it much since.
Sure. Are you guys prepared for if this goes significantly higher to deliver?
Yeah. Luckily, like I said, we have everything lined up in terms of a local manufacturer, and we have all the product lined up. I mean, if it got really crazy, there might be some delays in terms of on some of the product, but other than that, we don't anticipate any problems. Certainly if it got if things got really out of control, there might be some delays in product development and manufacturing, but everything is pretty squared away.
Great. Well, where do you take this after the Kickstarter campaign? How do you guys leverage the success that you've had and that you're going to have? I mean, you still have 27 more days to take this much further, and I'm sure you will. But where does it go after? Do you guys have a long-term vision for Oliver's, or is it just a one-time thing?
No. I mean, there's definitely the vision of Oliver's is going to become a brand, and ultimately, I think we'd like to develop other products and really kind of stay around the key values and the mission of the brand. So develop kind of like well-designed, simple, high-quality pieces. But really, for the time being, we're just focused on the short. Haven't developed other products yet, and but we would certainly like to grow it. It's not, the plan is not just to do a Kickstarter campaign and then close the doors.
Cool. Well, just in terms of like looking at the model for launching something like this, would you have been able to do this without crowdfunding? And why did you ultimately turn to crowdfunding as the platform to launch a new apparel brand?
Yeah, there were a few reasons. One, we like the fact that there weren't a lot of people doing it. There weren't a lot of new apparel brands doing something like this on Kickstarter. We liked, I think we all kind of support and believe in the Kickstarter kind of community. We like both being creators ourselves and also encouraging other people to do that kind of stuff. So, we were kind of a customer, and we were the customer of a lot of these Kickstarter projects as well. So we like supporting that community, and it was a cool way to kind of test a concept without going out and raising a bunch of capital from investors. It was a good way to kind of, we could spend some money up front on doing product development and testing, and then see if there was a fit in the market for the product, and if there was excitement around it, as opposed to going and trying to raise a bunch of investor money and then hoping there was an interest in the product.
Do you think that moving forward you guys will use crowdfunding again for other products, or is this a one-time thing for you?
Yeah, haven't figured that out yet, but certainly not opposed to it. And we're big supporters of the Kickstarter community, and yeah, I mean, certainly not opposed to doing something crowdfunding related again.
Well, tell me what's been the most incredible moment, the best moment so far from the campaign?
I think the feedback, getting really good feedback, has been very rewarding. I think you spend a lot of time building something, and you put it out there, not knowing what people are going to think, and then to have a lot of real good excitement initially is very rewarding. So I think just the kind of initial excitement around the product, the fact that it clicked for a lot of people, they saw the value in it, it was something they got excited about, that's really rewarding.
What's been the hardest thing so far?
The hardest thing, there was a lot of work leading up to the campaign. There's a lot of little kind of loose ends in starting a new business and doing a project like this. And yeah, so there was a lot of, I would say it's just kind of the small things you don't think about, but a lot of little things that kind of add up that you need to get done to make something like this happen. Whether it's the video or putting together the Kickstarter page, there's a lot of work to be done leading up to it. That said, certainly nothing was terrible, too tough to overcome.
Cool. Well, last question for you. What do you guys have planned for the rest of the campaign? How are you guys going to maximize this opportunity?
Yeah, I think we're going to continue to stay in touch with our backers, and we're kind of plotting reach goals for the time. We're thinking about potentially introducing a reach goal halfway through the campaign, and that's it. And then really just continue to kind of communicate with our backers and get get feedback from them, and communicate with other people that are interested.
Cool. Well, congratulations on the quick success, and best of luck moving forward. I appreciate the time. And thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks, Jason.
Cool. This has been Fun Friday. We'll see you next week.